Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosensia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosensia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes, Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 40 podcast platforms heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. And now playing on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and soon to be coming to a network near you. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, baseball gear, and more. Makes great gifts for your family, friends, and loved ones 24/7. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and a lot more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. Check it out today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with an amazing gentleman who's an award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and a member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame with the Band of Oz in 2016. He's a 28-year voting member of the Recording Academy in Nashville. He's also an author, speaker, and member of the Macy Style crew. He's also host of the Random Acts podcast. We'll talk about that. He also co-authored the book, The 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get Into the Music Business. He's also song plugger, and he's also a music extraordinary. He's a force in the country music business. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in the beautiful downtown heart of Music City, the amazing award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, and the ultimate song plugger, ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented Chris Keaton. Chris, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Lord have mercy. How can I possibly follow that introduction? I mean, that's like amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But I do have to add this. Yes, and I do have another book out right now. It's called Dapper, and it's all about the fashion business and how to be a gentleman in these trying times. Yes, sir. So Anyway, Mike, thank you so much for having me on your show. First off, it's an incredible honor. I mean, look at all that stuff you got going on. You're on all these channels. You're about to so you'll be the king of all media before we know it, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think you got me speechless on that one. I'll have to fight it out with Howard Stern and try to convince Joe Rogan at the same time. But I think I'll have to have a little dinner with them, or maybe a steak dinner, or whatever, or take them to McDonald's and just try to convince them and say, "Hey, can you move over a little bit, please? Thank you." So I'll take.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, if people will listen to your show, they'll get it and they'll know. Because I mean, listen. Anyway, enough of blowing up your skirt, as we say down south. Dude, I'm really happy to be on your show. And again, this is like a real honor. So let's get into it. So you ask me a question and then I'll ask you a question. How's that?
You know something? I've worked it that way, and I'm just waiting for your accolades as well, too. And in fact, we talked earlier about chocolate cake and everything and having the icing. I think we could probably do that, except my cake came late. I tried to call up, and unfortunately, those Uber Eats just don't always get there in time. So like that. Other than that, you're an award-winning music publisher, management consultant, member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame with the Band of Oz in 2016. You're a 28-year voting member of the Recording Academy in Nashville. You're author, speaker, and a member of the Macy Style Crew. You hosted the Random Acts podcast, and you co-authored the book, The 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get in the Music Business. And you're also the ultimate song plugger. And just got word you have a brand new book called Dapper. I mean, you've got a lot in the pipeline. But before we get into all that, Chris, tell us how you first got started.
You know what, Mikey, and I'm going to call you Mikey if that's okay, because it's a term of endearment. Okay.
Absolutely. So, yeah. It's
okay.
Like, you can call me anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's one condition I have.
I got you. So February 9th, 1964, I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, and it changed my life. My brother and I were sitting in the floor in my grandmother's house in Roanoke, Virginia, and we saw them. She walks past us with a dinner plate and looked at the TV and looked at us and said, "They look like a bunch of monkeys." And my brother and I looked at each other and go, "Yeah, but aren't they cool?" And so that started the process. And the truth is, my career path was to be a rock star. And in other people's terms, maybe it didn't work out. But in my terms, I live a rock star lifestyle. I get to do what I want to do. I get to hang around creative people. I get to be interviewed by people like you. And it's like marvelous. I mean, it really, really is. It's a joyful life. And I'm grateful for everything I've had and everything that's coming tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be even better than today. You know that, right?
We all do. That's right. It's like, or make tomorrow much better than today. I've heard along those lines, but yes, that's totally great.
Yeah. So, life's been good. I have been able to be a connector with a lot of different people. I'm the ultimate middleman. I mean, I have certain talents, but my biggest talent is meeting someone who has a marvelous song or a marvelous talent. And I go, "Oh my gosh, you got to come over here and meet this guy." And I connect them, and I'm able to be in the process that way. And it's a wonderful place to be. I mean, as I tell my friends every day is a holiday and every meal's a banquet. And then we follow up with chocolate cake. Chocolate ganache, just like we were talking about off camera. Yeah, right?
Oh, you got me hungry on that one, I'll tell you.
So where is that Uber Eats? Should we call them up again? Because I'm ready for that chocolate hot right now.
You know something? I had the number and I think I lost. I think my phone went blank, to be honest with you. So I think it just blew up with so much. It's like I had to turn off for a reason. It's like it's blowing up on me every time. Come on, I'm doing a show. Wait a second.
That's marvelous. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, I mean, I do have a delightful time. I get to be around creative people all day long, and I get all these stories from it. Every Friday I put out a newsletter called the Badass of the Week, and I just talk about somebody who I've met and how marvelous they are and how they are able to uniquely shine their own light and change the world a little bit every day. Because, and I know that you know this, we're all unique. We all have our own light. And it is our job and our responsibility to shine that light. And if we do, we have the opportunity to make the world a little brighter every day. Because, I mean, I'm not breaking any news here, but the news every day is not that damn good. I mean, that's like crazy whack stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
we have the opportunity to push the tide the other way. I choose to try to push the tide the other way. You know what? At the end of the day, when I get to the gates of heaven, and that's presupposing that I do. But if I do get to the gates of heaven, I hope that my scorecard will say, okay, you put out more good than bad. Come on in. Ta-da.
Yes. Yes. I think we'll have to start keeping scores on that one too. So I think we'll just keep that in mind as well too. And of course, you've also accomplished as well too. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career? What was that one moment that simply said, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life?
That's a great question. And I think that the best answer that I have for that is when I discovered that not only the things that I have done in the music business, but also now in the fashion business, is I help people. They tell me their dreams, their goals, their challenges, and I try to come up with something that works for them, whether it's a suit or whether it's a set of suits for a groom for a wedding, or whether it's a song that will work for an artist to have it cut for somebody, or whether it's a songwriter coming to me and they go, what do you think about this idea? And I may share something. Hopefully I will share something with them that connects them to the greater source that leads them to the right thing to do for the song. Mm-hmm. So I get to help people, and it's really pretty marvelous. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That sounds pretty good. And who are some of your favorite country artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
Okay. Well, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go like from now to then. Right this minute, Hardy, capital H, capital A, capital R, capital D, capital Y. This guy is like the most amazing country artist I have ever seen in my whole life. Because he's not really country. He blends everything that he's heard before and turns it into his own thing. And he's the nicest guy. And he's got a beautiful girlfriend, and we're all friends, but I dearly love them very much. Okay, so then going back, George Jones, just anything that George Jones did. And actually, this is funny. 2 weeks ago, I got hired to be in a TV commercial that was filmed on George Jones and Tammy Wynette's estate in Nashville. It was like the most amazing thing. It was the coolest place ever. And that was quite fun. But so George Jones, Hank Williams, Honky Tonk Blues, that song continues to show up in my life all these years later. So in the country market, I guess it's them. But musically, I really have to tell you, it's one song. It's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That song continues to change my life. When I heard it in The Wizard of Oz, it helped me. It helped me get over being scared to bejesus death by the flying monkeys. I'm telling you what, I'm only scared of one thing in my whole life still, and it's those freaking flying monkeys on The Wizard of Oz. But when I heard Over the Rainbow, it calmed me down, and I'm okay. The way that I got into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, I played with the Band of Oz, a beach music band in the southeastern United States. Very, very popular. They were called the Band of Oz. I asked them, why in the hell don't we play Over the Rainbow? They're like, that's crazy. Why would we ever want to do that? Finally, after asking about 100 times, the band manager said, okay, you do an arrangement, do a demo, and maybe we'll record it. Well, I did. And he was like, okay, we will record this. It became their biggest selling single ever.
Wow.
It still gets played all the time in the southeastern United States. And that got me into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. So if there is a song that changed my life and continues to, because when I sit at the piano and play it, it just, Mike, it blows me away, the simplicity of the chord changes and the melody, but the essence of the whole song that just hits you in the heart. Music is an amazing thing to me. And my gift is that I get to connect people who write music with people who want to record music. That's how I get to be a rock star every day.
That's really interesting. That's why you're called the connector, song plugger, and everything else. And, of all the country stars that you've seen over the years and everything else like that, who are some of the ones that you had predicted, like before they became famous, actually did become famous?
Natalie Hemby. Natalie Hemby is a huge songwriter right now. She's also in a group called the Highwomen. I was able to, through Barbara Orbison, Roy's widow, I was able to sign Natalie to her first publishing deal.
Nice.
30 years ago. And she has just blossomed into this fabulous songwriter. She wrote Pontoon for Little Big Town. She's written songs for Miranda Lambert. She's now an artist in her own right. And it's just, again, I get to be at the right place at the right time. And I look around and I see things. I go, oh, well, this might work with this. And you connect them. And every now and then it works out. So it's pretty fabulous.
And very fabulous indeed, too. You also co-authored the book, The 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get in the Music Business. And also talk about your book, Dapper, as well, and some of your projects. But first, to listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has gotten great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Jonah Cassidy, Forbes, Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 40 podcast platforms in over 100 countries, including HamiltonRadio.net, Oldies FM, Diamonds Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the amazing award-winning music publisher and management consultant and member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, Chris Keaton, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And not only you've been in a music publisher and management consultant for quite some time, and you can tell us about what prompted you to get into the management business, and maybe just a little step by step. You talked about your days of connecting with people and just working your way up, and some of the trials and everything else, and the fact, what you're having is just a climb. It's just totally amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, it has been a climb. Not everything works out right this minute, but
Mhm.
everything does work out ultimately. I mean, in fact, it's funny, just 30 minutes ago before we started the show, I reconnected with a gentleman who has a band who is breaking internationally right now. I haven't talked to in 10 years. We reconnected, and he's going to hire me to consult with them because he's just got some challenges that I may be able to help him with. It's, there's no finish line in our business. There's no end to your dream unless you kill it. Those are the things that I really believe. And I'm I got to tell you, I mean, I'm I'm grateful every day that I get to do what I love to do. I get to live a rock star lifestyle. And even though I don't have the pillows with like my name on it, I got these beautiful floral pillows.
Oh, I,
And
I see your name in
I
it.
think you might want one.
I see your name in invisible ink. I just threw some lemon juice at it, and yeah, invisible ink. I just put a little onion paper on it, and yeah, it's got your name on it. Yeah, I think we just came up with a great idea for you.
See, it's all about being the connector. I show up, I connect with you, and good ideas show up. So thank you for that, Mike Wagner.
Oh, it's amazing too. And you know something? If you know any females that need a little shopping bag or something, we got tote bags available. And of course, you can also create your own tote bag and just say, hey, you can go around shopping with your show or whatever it is, and they can stick their chihuahua, their or little dog or cat, or maybe stuff like thousands of dollars worth of clothes from Macy's or wherever. It's like
See, it all adds up here because I want my clients now to bring in a Mike Wagner show bag and fill it up with Macy's stuff. Now, don't pass the register as you leave there because, we got detectives that'll chase you out in the parking lot. But, you know, anyway, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Something, speaking of that, you also remember the Macy's Style Crew. And I just realized that
Yeah.
I was just going to talk about it. And it's like, it just happened to pop up. It's like Macy's Style
Well,
Crew, and tell us about that. And
well, the Style Crew is a really fun organization to be a part of. The Macy's idea now is own your style. Style is not fashion. Style is who you are. Style is what you're comfortable in wearing. We want to help people find their own style and move forward. So with the Style Crew, what we do is I like to wear turtleneck sweaters. I like to wear a lot of jewelry. I like to wear different kinds of things. I offer these as ideas to my clients or potential Macy's customers, and we just try to engage them. And even if they come back to me and go, well, that's not really for me, I go, well, okay, well, please tell me what is for you. And I help them to define their style. It's all about owning your style. And again, the idea behind Macy's and also behind what I do as the connector is connect, inspire, and deliver. I connect you with somebody who can help you move your career forward. I inspire you to continue to connect with those people, and then we deliver the goods or your goals that you're trying to reach. Ta-da! It's simple as 1, 2, 3. I mean, it is.
That does sound really simple too. And do you think Macy's will do hoodies as well too? It's like, do you think they'll take in that?
There's a whole new thing coming, and we should talk. I can't talk about it right this second, but we should talk.
That's fine. Okay. Well, we can do it off camera, off the air, or anything like that. I mean, that's perfectly fine. And for those who are insisting on it, they'll have to give us your credit card number. We can just charge up whatever we want. So give us your number and we'll just rack up a huge bill and you pay for it.
Bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
Oh, let the money come in. That's right. And of course, you're also an amazing author as well, too. You co-authored the 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get into the Music Business. And tell us more about that and what inspired you. And how'd you get to co-author the book?
So the co-author with me was a gentleman named Benny Carry-On, who I always refer to as Benny Carry On My Wayward Son, which refers back to the old Kansas song.
Oh, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, but he's a brilliant marketer. And we got together, we wrote a book about because he came to me and said, "What do you see the stupidest things that you see people doing?" And we talked about them, and a lot of it is just being ignorant, being not nice, and not paying attention, which actually ultimately is what the book Dapper is all about too. It's all about being a gentleman, or being nice, or being civil. It's about, it's kind of like this. So in the music business, if I go to dinner anywhere in Music City, if I happen to mention that I'm a publisher and I've got connections in the business, the server, if they don't know what they're doing, is going to pop up to me when they give me the check and give me a CD. Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to listen to it. Now, if they had come to me and said, "Hey, could I give you a CD?" I would have said, "Yes. Why don't you send it? And here's my address, P.O. Box, blah, 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 blah. Send it to me. I'll be happy to listen to it." It's all about being civil and being nice and not being a butthole. Pardon me, but I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, some people just cannot get out of their own way. We would all be better off if we could just get out of our own way and remember that everybody else is just as fabulous as we are. Perhaps they maybe are more fabulous than we are. Let's give them a chance. Does that make sense?
That probably makes a lot of sense. And I hate to say this, that back in the day, and I think you're probably do a little spin about maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, that men wore suits and the women wore dresses. You can go even further back then. Even it's like you're going to the store or going to your son's little league game. Back in the day, it's like men wore nice shirts, nice suits, and everything else, and the ladies wore nice dresses and everything else. And all of a sudden, it's like you're seeing like the men and women out there. It's like they just got out of bed, or just got hung over from having too many Heinekens or Jack Daniels or whatever. Too, it seems like it's kind of lost along the way. And I was talking to a guy that runs his own fashion line, and there is a trend out there. I don't know if you agree with me that there's talk they're going to be bringing back the 3-piece suit back. It's like the suit, the vest, and the nice pants as well. And they're making a trend. It's like you just wear it to work, you wear it to come home, or it's like, at night you just wear a 2-piece suit, or even if you're going to the store, church, or a ball game, movie, whatever it is, just throw on a suit and let the ladies wear nice dresses.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear that, because that is the door that we have been knocking on, pounding on for the last little bit. I mean, I learned it from Bill O'Coin. Bill O'Coin was a partner of mine, a business partner of mine in the late 90s. In the 70s, Bill O'Coin managed Kiss. Yes, Kiss. And he took them from ground zero to where they were the biggest band on the planet. He taught me, in fact, he picked me up to go to a meeting at a record company in Nashville. And I had on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and he was in a full suit, pocket square, tie, everything. He looked at me and said, "Do you need to change before we go to the meeting?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I think I'm ready to go." He said, "No, you're not ready to go." He said, "Please go home, put on a suit, come back, and we'll go take the meeting." So I did. We took the meeting. I'm perplexed through the whole meeting because everything was going his way. At the end of the meeting, he said, "Here's the deal. If you go into a record company or a meeting dressed better than the person that you're meeting with, they're going to think you know something they don't know." Boom. And from that day forward, it has worked for me. And even like a week ago, I was in Chicago on a Saturday at my daughter's graduation, and I was in a full suit and a tie. Everywhere I went, people were like, "Dude, you're the most important guy in the room. Oh my gosh, Mr. Keaton, your table is ready. Come on." It was like, and all it is just showing up, looking like you know what you're doing. So thank you, Mike, for sharing with me that other people are talking about that, because that's like the most amazing. That's wonderful. Thank you.
And thank you as well too. That when I did that interview and talked to this gentleman, and I said to myself, I am going to go out and get a three-piece suit, and I'm going to get my wife to go in a nice dress and go to a ball game, or even go to like a movie theater, or back in the day, just watch our kids play soccer or anything like that. Three-piece, or just dressed down in a blazer and all that. And that was done like 30, 40, 50 years ago. And I love to see that come back and really bring civility. So that's part of we talked about as well too. Maybe just one or two more of the 7 stupid mistakes people are trying to make, and maybe just share one as well too before we get into your other book as well.
Yeah, well, the biggest stupid mistake is people, when you offer for them to send you some music, they send me 20 songs. Well, subliminally, if I look at a CD or an email with 20 songs on it, first thing I think is, I don't have time for this right now. And that means that I put it on the back burner. And you know what the back burner means? The back burner, bingo, the back burner is one step away from the trash can. However, if somebody sends me 2 songs or 3 songs, I go, oh, I can listen to that right now. And boom, they're in the door. That is a stupid mistake that people make. Another one is people come to me and go, oh, I'm a great singer. I can sing anything you want me to sing.
I get that a lot. Yes.
Yeah. And the message there is, you don't know what you are doing, or you don't know who you want to be. In the music business, when you're trying to break in, you have to be very narrow cast. You have to say, my audience is 25 years old, female, and they will enjoy what I sing. Boom. Don't say anything else. And if you can hit them there, then you can expand out from there. But if you come in and say, oh, I can do anything, you just tell me what to do, that's the kiss of death.
I get that a lot as well too, with some people saying, I can talk about everything and anything I said, just be really specific. You're right. It's just like you're going to like the Mall of America, and you think you can get what you want and everything else, but in reality, you really don't know what you're doing. You need to be completely lost. But if you're at the Mall of America, let's say I just want to go to Macy's and get a pair of jeans, you exactly know what you're doing. And then if you see something else, like say, Penny's is offering this, or say with Target, they call it, they offer that. So you can probably just, branch off here and there and everything else. So I think that worked better, instead of saying, where do I go now? You think of what you're doing. So you're right on that one.
Well, and thank you for that, but you're right as well. And the fact is, in the malls, Mall of America or Green Hills Mall in Nashville, or Cool Springs Mall, or whatever, you have people who walk the mall. And that's the reason they're there, because they're walking and they can walk inside and they get their exercise. That's a marvelous thing. But then you also have people come in and know what they're looking for. And the people who know what they're looking for in the music business, and really in any other business, they're the people you want to connect with. The walkers, let them do what they do, because they're on their own mission.
That's a rather interesting point as well, too. And we'll also talk about your podcast as well, too, Random Acts, and a bit more about the book Dapper with Chris Keaton. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and member of the North Carolina Hall of Fame and author Chris Keaton after this timeout.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the amazing, multi-talented, award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and author of 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get in the Music Business. Chris Keaton here on the Mike Wagner Show. Learned a lot from you, Chris, about the ins and outs and everything else and the intricacies. And you also showed me Dapper as well, too, and which is like an offshoot of the 7 Stupid Mistakes. And, tell us more about the book and what inspired you to write it. And perhaps you can show it again, too. In fact, I'm trying to get a vision of it too. In fact, what you got right there, I'm gonna go out and get it. So
oh, the music doesn't come with it, but that's just me singing. Oh,
love
okay,
it.
so
Yes.
Thank you. So the whole idea about the book is civility. I mean, I'll read you a couple of things. Like one of it is this: a gentleman knows that the first to forgive is the strongest, and the first to forget is the happiest. I mean, it's just common knowledge. I mean, it's things like a gentleman knows that life is not a dress rehearsal. And so the gentleman who took the photographs for this with me, Brian Keith, did an amazing job. And it's not rocket science, but it's stopping for a second. And it's really, in a weird sort of way, and thank you for this because it's just now coming to me. It's about the golden rule. It's about treating people the way that you want to be treated. That's all it is. And so I wrote the 7 Stupid Mistakes. I was a co-author in The Change, a series of books, and then Dapper. And I'm working on a new book now on confidence, because to me, it all kind of goes hand in hand. Confidence to me is this. When you walk into a room, it's not saying, here I am. Confidence is walking into a room and going, oh, there you are. I'm so happy to see you. I don't know. I'm just trying to leave the planet when I go, but I'm not ready to go yet. But when I do go, I want to leave it in a little bit better place than when I showed up. It's a formidable mission, but I'm in it for the long haul.
Mm-hmm. And you certainly are as well too. And don't go yet, because I love to have you back as well. Don't leave this planet yet. Please don't.
Thank
okay.
You. Thank you.
And if you have to, take some chocolate cake with you with the icing too when you go upstairs.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry already. You also have a podcast called Random Acts, and tell us more about that.
Okay, so that's pretty simple. About 2 years ago, I was on the phone with a friend of mine who is a record producer. And he said, so what are you doing now? He said, I see you're working with Macy's and you're still in the music business. I said, no, I'm in the Chris Keaton business now. And he says, oh, I like that. He said, well, maybe you ought to be on my podcast. And I was like, okay, great. That's a great idea. I said, you ought to have your own podcast. And I said, well, okay. And then he said, well, what would you call it? And I said, I would call it Random Acts. And he said, oh, you mean like random acts of kindness? And I said, well, yeah, that, but also random acts. That means I can talk about anything I want to, because it's totally random. I can go from one place to the next, to the next, to the next. And if you listen to it, there are 21 episodes already out there, and everyone is totally different. And the majority of it is, Mike, to be perfectly honest, it's stories that I have actually had happen to me or stories that I've heard about. And I just share them with people. And it's, to me, wildly entertaining. I will wait for you to get back to me and explain to me if you think it's wildly entertaining or just a bunch of crap. Either way, it's fine. Because it's random acts, right?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yes, it is. And I get the sense that it is not a bunch of crap. I mean, it is amazing from the sounds of it. Yes, and definitely check that out. Random Max, and where can we find Random Max, and what can we find all your books at, Chris?
Okay, so Random Acts is available at Spotify, Apple, uh, Spreaker, all of the podcast locations. The book Dapper is available at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and at bookbaby.com. Or you can order it from me and I'll even sign it and send it to you. You can send me an email at chris@chriskeaton.com, which is this CHRIS, the one true spelling, at CHRISKEATON.com. Again, the one true spelling. Send me an email. I'll bill you for it and I will send you one and I will sign it.
Sounds great. Okay, and that's a great idea as well too. We're here with the amazing award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and author Chris Keaton here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more minutes, Chris, and I'd love to have you back as well too. What else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Chris?
Dude, I don't even know, but I can tell you this, it's going to be freaking fabulous because every day I'm in this creative zone and it's just, I do videos every day for Instagram and I'm just having a blast with that. And I do my newsletter 3 days a week and I'm having a blast with that. And every time I talk to a customer at Macy's, and essentially most of that is online right this minute, I'm having a blast. And you know this. I can tell this by looking at you and the connection that we've had over the last 42 minutes is that
Has it been that long? Really? I thought it
well,
was
I don't
42
really
days or
know.
42 years.
I was just guessing. But
I'm kidding.
The fact is, we are making a connection. And my whole rebranding of calling myself the connector really comes from Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell in the book, The Tipping Point, talked about connectors. And they are people in a community who know a bunch of people who are in the habit of introducing people to get together. That is who I am. That is what I do. I help people. I do that in my work with Macy's. I do that in my work with the connector. I do that with Dapper. I do that with being on here with you. Because again, the gift that you and I are sharing right this second is somewhere, someplace, someone is listening to this going, I want to meet that Mike Wagner guy, or I want to meet that Chris Keaton guy. And either way, it's a gift for both of us. And isn't it just the most marvelous thing of all?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And of course, I had a guest on a while back too that they were interested in the NFT as well too. And the guy heard the show about NFT and he bought into it right away. And this is from a small island too. It's just like, how do you like that? I went, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's, we, in the short time that we're on this planet, we get to share things with people and we get to plant seeds and we really never know where they're going to grow. And I sort of feel like it's like this. So when I first started doing the Badass of the Week newsletter and I would shout out about somebody, if they didn't get back to me like in 3 or 4 days, I was like, oh, God, this is awful. I said all these nice things about them and they didn't get back to me. And then it hit me. You know what? It doesn't matter. What we are put here to do is to put that good stuff out there. If it comes back, great. But it will come back in ways that we don't expect. Mm-hmm. Every day is a holiday. Every meal's a banquet. And if we look at it like that, we're golden.
That is a great point. I like that. And I'm a member of that very as well. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My mother and father, because my father was a doctor. He could have very easily said, you need to do this. You need to do what I do. He encouraged me to be the best Chris that I could be. My mother, who is still alive, was a church organist for 50 years, plays piano like nobody's business, and is the most creative person still to this day that I know. So they continue to inspire me every day. And on the other side of it, my wife allows me to do what I want to do and be myself. And now I have a daughter, or the two of us have a daughter, who is blossoming into Chris Keaton 2.0. I mean, it's like the most, it's like, look out. I mean, I'm just telling you, Maddie the Scallion is coming to get you. So there it is.
Wow, I like that. Chris 2.0. I like that. I have to name my kids 2.0 too. And, just like my daughter, Sarah, could call her Mike 2.0, or my wife, Serena 2.0, an amazing musician. That's another time. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't take any shit from anybody. That's it. I mean, and what I mean by that, and I don't mean to be vulgar about it, but what I'm saying is don't let anybody talk you out of what you want to do. You have to give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, at least you gave it a shot. The worst, excuse me, the worst hell I can imagine before we actually, if we have to, get there, is sitting in a rocking chair at 80 years old going, sure wish I'd have tried that one more time. I mean, forget that. Try it now. Go for it now. If it doesn't work out, it will lead you to somewhere where you're supposed to be. That's the best advice I ever got, and that's the best advice I can give anybody else.
And that's the best indeed as well, too. I really like that, Chris. Once again, we're with Chris Keaton, award-winning music publisher, management consultant, and author of The 7 Stupid Mistakes People Make Trying to Get in the Music Business, and Dapper on the Mike Wagner Show. Chris, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Learned a lot. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase your books, check out your podcast, and check out Macy's? And how do people contact you for consulting and everything?
The best way and the easiest way is chris@chriskeaton.com. The book is available at BookBaby, Amazon.com. You can find me at Macy's.com. There are videos of me on that site too. It's pretty funny, believe it or not. But reach out to me. I will take anybody's email. I will respond to it at any time because I'm happy to get the connections.
Sounds great. We will do so. Once again, Chris, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. We wish you all the best, and you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. God bless you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia of Missing, and powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms, and of course on the MikeWagnerShow.com, HamiltonRadio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Thanks for listening.